What's up, everybody? We are live on Idobi Radio, Wesam's World, episode number 249. I have some very special guests today. A friendly reminder, in our next episode, it's our very, very special 250th episode of the show. We're doing a special episode of Guys Night with celebrity guests who are going to come in and join us for the No Laughing Game segments. Be sure to check it out. We're actually taking a break next week, so in a couple of weeks, it will be ready for your viewing and listening pleasure. My guests today are Babes Behind the Beats, a fellow sister podcast on Idobi Radio with Jess Bowen, Bowie Jane, interviewing your favorite ladies in the music industry from on stage to behind the scenes every Wednesday on Idobi Radio at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, that was the most hosty part of the show. I can take a break now.
I know, that's always where we get stressed out. I'm not going to lie. It's like the beginning of it.
Right.
It's always the hardest part.
It's because you're introducing the listener or the viewer to who the guest is, and it has to be very official.
Yep.
I used to try to do it all willy-nilly, and then people get confused on who you're talking to.
Yeah,
so
we get it. Believe me.
A little behind-the-scenes radio talk for everyone. First off, there's a lot of things that we need to discuss, but probably the thing we have to get out of the way right away is the most controversial differentiating opinions I have on fruits, especially watermelons.
Love a watermelon.
We love a good watermelon.
I said a very philosophical and deep, little phrase, saying that the harder it is to open up the fruit, the more tasty it is.
You know what? You're not wrong.
It could be right.
I actually think that's the best way. I'm going to live by that now.
You're welcome.
I think.
Because you love the pineapple.
I do, because I do love pineapple, and that's like, who actually really knows how to cut a pineapple? I mean, yes, I guess it's easy, but I'm like, come on, let's be real. It's like pricking you all the time.
Right.
It's really hard. Like,
it's dangerous.
Not an easy thing to get into, to enjoy, and same with a watermelon. But we were talking about the fact that a watermelon, like the way to find the perfect watermelon is through like knocking a little bit on, like finding the sound, and the more like stripes it has and stuff is what makes it really good. But you don't, I don't think, believe that.
I respectfully don't believe any of that.
But it worked for you.
It worked. Not for me. My sister-in-law.
Oh.
See, no, it's always secondhand stories.
A friend of a friend.
Yeah. It's never I try this all the time. It's always like, oh, my dad knows that, or my uncle, or my friend.
Someone told them.
That is actually fair. That's fair. Yeah, it was my sister-in-law, but I will say she said this is how she picked it, and it was the best watermelon I've ever had in my entire life.
It's worth trying.
Why don't you try it? Don't knock it till you try it.
I have tried it. It doesn't work.
You tried looking for the ones with the stripe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, no.
Are you a little blind? No. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Is there a reason? So it really didn't work?
No. No, and also like
chopped.
Well, no, because then it's already open, and then it gets dry, and then it's weird. But like when I'm hitting it, sometimes I hit it in a place that sounds hollow. Sometimes I hit another place, it's not hollow. And then they all start sounding the same. And then I look like that crazy person who's going, like,
hitting watermelon in the grocery store. That's fair.
Actually. What do you think about the people who cut the fruit on the side of the road? In Australia, we don't have this.
Yeah.
It would be illegal. But here, it's everywhere. People that chop the fruit on the side of the road.
I've never had one.
You haven't had it?
No.
So I guess at Fryman, the hike, at the bottom I said, how much is the fruit thing that he was chopping up? He goes, $10 for like a little cup. I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to go to Trader Joe's and get one for $3.99.
$10?
Yeah, 10. But I will say I have had one, and again, it's a very good experience. I thought that
was
they were
lovely.
It was really, really good. You put some tahini on there.
It would be fresher.
Whoa, the face you just made. So again, I said something very controversial to you.
We are so different.
Oh no, I can leave now if you want to just talk to Bowie.
No.
Hey, I'm an Aussie. I'm different.
No. I like this because we only know each other as like colleagues. We're not really like friends outside of the studio.
Yeah, we don't know much about each other.
We don't. And I always feel weird saying that. We're not friends because
Make it clear to everyone, we're not friends.
We could be though.
We could be, right, but we don't know. We don't really hang out outside of Idobi, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. And also, you've got a busy schedule, and now I'm making excuses. So, anyway, but I like you guys. You guys are friendly, etc. So this is going to be fun because I think we're going to disagree on a lot of things, it's going to be. I like that because one of my really good friends. She's a terrible actress. Her name is Jasmin Savoy Brown.
You're just saying it out loud.
Oh, yeah, she's terrible. Yeah.
Do you tell her this to her face?
Yeah, I say it in interviews
okay.
and stuff. She's like a working actress. I don't know how she works, but like she's working.
Oh
and,
my
like,
God.
Yeah, she's on hit shows and movies. And
Wow.
like, she's on the Scream. You know this new Scream franchise?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in it. Can you believe that?
Well,
Wow.
she must be good enough.
I know. I was like, you say she's terrible, but she's doing something right. She's doing something right.
But like she is the total like everything she does in her life, I do the opposite. But we're like literally really good friends. We get along so well. We joke around all the time with each other, and it's just really interesting sometimes how that works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here for it. Like,
Great.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Wonderful.
What else can
yourself.
we disagree on? Let's start disagreeing about everything.
Okay. Let's turn it back to some music stuff. Now, drumming.
Yes.
I've been fascinated, excuse me, with drummers in general who do the craziest types of beats, you know? Yusuf Kamal, are you familiar with him?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the
Insane.
jazz drumming, amazing.
Insane. Yeah.
Right? And then the drummer for Tool.
A great drummer as well. Yeah. I mean, I grew up listening to Tool, and also like I would play along to those songs because I was like, it's so good. Yeah.
Favorite all-time band for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
I love
That's something we can agree on.
Great. And I've watched Danny Carey. That's his name, I believe.
Danny
right?
Carey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I'm like 99% sure.
Yeah.
I said they were my favorite band. Now people are like, oh, you don't know the drummers there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get shit for that.
Okay, whatever, I don't care.
I'm a drummer. I had to think about it. So yeah, I'm gonna get shit for it too. Don't worry.
But I saw him. He's playing two different beats. One with one hand and the other one with the other one. But it's like meshing very well. And to me, that's amazing. Is that just done with like repetition and practice and just experience?
Yeah. See, it's as a drummer, and I'm sure this is as an actor, you might get the same questions of like, how do you memorize your lines, right? Like
Right.
That's the one question I ask because my fiance is an actress, and I'm always like, I don't get how you memorize it. And people ask me like, how do you do different things with your limbs?
Right.
And I actually don't know if I know exactly how to explain it because it is almost like it. So my dad was a drummer, and I wonder if like genetically
Bit
that had
genetic,
some
yeah.
that had something to do with it because the second that he wanted me to get into drumming, I was able to sit down and already be able to play like normal beats and stuff just from I think him being a drummer and me hearing it all the time.
And that's not normal.
Well, that's the thing is I've taught drums to people and I've noticed how it is not, and it's I get that it's a hard instrument, and there is something about the fact that I was able to sit down and kind of pick it up. I was 11 years old. I sat down on a drum kit and I was already like playing a beat because my dad was like, can you just sit down and like, because I didn't want to play drums. I was like, Dad, I really don't want to do it. I want to play guitar. And he's like, but sit down on this drum kit and show me something. And I was like, yeah, I already know how to do a little bit, so I don't want to play this instrument. So I'm like sitting there showing him this drum beat. And I get that it's a little bit of the, when people are like, rub
Yes,
your
I was
belly
gonna
and,
say it's like
and
this,
tap your
right?
head. Can you do that?
Which is practice.
No, see, so are you going around? Wait, do it.
Yeah, you're doing it.
You're
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
a
come
little
on.
bit.
What do you want?
Do a circle.
So it has to be a circle?
So
Yeah.
it's a circle on your
Yeah.
belly and you're tapping your head.
Not a circle on
just-
the head. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But that's practice.
Yeah.
You were looking at me like 98%
You did a little
there.
bit of this. You did a little bit of this at one point where it was like a half
Start
circle.
rubbing.
Like you gotta keep that circle in motion while you're tapping your head. Like this.
You did look like you just learned your fine motor skills. Like yesterday.
So disrespectful. So disrespectful. That's fine.
So
I'll take the L.
anyways, that's what I
Yeah.
always like to kind of bring it back as a reference of like
Yeah.
this is something that like you practice that, and I'm not saying that's going to make you be able to play drums, but I can see it in people who, like, there's people that I show that to and they literally can't do that at all. And so I don't know, there's a little bit of I don't know if it's genetic or not.
But I can only do this because I practiced it as a kid.
Because you practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I literally can do that.
Because you practice it, yeah. And so maybe that's like a drumming thing too, yeah. You sit down and you could, I believe that anything that you sit down and actually try to practice, you can do. But people get so flustered with drumming because they're like, all your limbs are doing different things. And I'm like, once your brain connects your body to doing something, that's like when it clicks. Like I see drummers do things sometimes and I'm like, oh my God, that's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And like, there's no way I could do that. And then somehow I like connect once I figure it out and my body and my brain connect with it, I'm like, oh wait, no, this is actually not that hard. It sounds great. It's cool. It's just not that hard. I don't know how to
Actually,
describe it.
I've got a question. So with the drums, I know that maybe rhythm is natural, but what about the tone of the drums? Because that's a specific thing, isn't it? Like not everyone can hear that, or
Like tuning drums
Tuning, I
specifically.
guess.
That's a hard thing. I will say I am still not good at tuning drums.
I mean that's got to be complicated.
Yeah. Like I know how I want the drums to sound. And I can kind of get close to it. And I will be completely honest, I'm pretty spoiled where sometimes like I'll have a drum tech with me who does it anyways. And so I think because of that, I maybe slacked or got lazy. So
Fail.
Wow.
sorry. That made me, I just sound lazy. I'm like, I have a drum tech that does it. No, I didn't mean to sound like that. But I feel like I at one point maybe was better at it than when I got the privilege of having a tech who could help me.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Well, what about with you? Like, has DJing been like in most of your life?
So I was a singer first, singing
Okay.
in bands and duos and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So doing heaps of live work, and also studio work, recording for tracks. And then I was like releasing dance music, and then I was like, how do I best translate this? Oh, I'll DJ and sing live vocals.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? It's kind of boring with that. I'm just going to DJ. I'd rather DJ and rev the crowd up. It's much more fun.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of maybe going back to popping a live vocal on. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my brother has just in the past like 6 months got into DJing as well on the
Right.
side because he's a music producer and he's a musician
Oh,
and
cool.
that's how he makes his living right now. And he showed me a little bit about DJing and I'm like, whoa, this is so not what I do. This is incredible. The mixing of the songs and again, going to the beats per minute, like all the technical aspects I'm fascinated with because I'm a believer of if you learn the rules, then you can learn how to break them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think also, like with DJing, to be a really good on point DJ, it's about understanding music, understanding the song and where you and feeling the vibe, and like you're not going to cut it off midway and mix in another song. But a bad DJ would, but a good DJ would work out, hey, the vibe's going here, we're going to bring this in here, and so there's a skill set in that. But I think the actual basic DJing is maybe definitely learnable.
Yeah. That's got to be so exciting, seeing a large crowd and you're in control of them.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the music sense, because I've only experienced it on the theater and the live theater aspect.
Right.
So with music, I can only imagine how that might feel a little bit different, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I for me specifically as a drummer, bringing that beat and like that vibe and like that kick drum when that comes in sometimes for certain things and you're just like, you see a crowd then just start jumping, it does feel like oh my God, I have so much control over this, and who doesn't like having control, you know? So it's like,
do you get
it's fun.
chills sometimes?
Oh yeah, for sure. I still look
yeah.
back, like I had to like set up a GoPro to like, because sometimes I just black out on stage because my thing is I go on stage and I'm having so much fun and then I get off stage and I'm like, that hour went by and felt like it was 5 minutes and I forget certain things and people are like, oh, this part or that part, and I'm like, man. So I finally like invested in being like, maybe I should just GoPro every like set or as many as I can and just see, you know, like the vibe, because I'm such a drummer that just gets so lost in it. And I also like, if you see any of my videos, everyone knows I like whip my hair back and forth and I've got my hair all in my
hardcore.
face. So like I actually, like I am paying attention to the crowd, but I'm also so in my own world. And so then I look back on these videos and I just see like the way the crowd, like at certain parts, they just all together are doing something. And I'm just like, it's crazy that you have that control over that many people to do something, you know?
Absolutely.
Well, actually, they're saying with the Taylor Swift gigs that there's like an amnesia from it. Have you read about that?
Wait.
Like for the audience, there's an amnesia that sort of happens because there's so much sensory stuff going on that when they go home, they can't really remember what happened.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I think performing's a bit like that too.
It is.
Like you
literally
remember
can't
moments. But
Yeah, you black out. Like I that's how I always say it. People are like, "Oh, how was this gig?" That we'll play some big show, and they're like, "How was it?" I was like, "I literally can't remember."
Yeah.
Like I played a show at Madison Square Garden, and I was like, "I don't remember any second of being on the actual stage."
Yeah.
Like I think I blacked out that entire time because it was just all of the sensory overload of the entire
Yeah.
thing. You know?
Actually, is acting like that?
Well, for me, when I'm on stage, I'm getting like standing ovations every 5 minutes, so
So-
it's like hard for me to get through a scene even.
you can't even get through one scene.
No, I
without-
can't.
Yeah.
It's
So you
really hard.
really remember those moments.
I do.
Oh, there's so many you don't.
No, I do. I just marinate in it. I'm like, guys, sit down, sit down.
Stop
They're like,
it.
no, keep going.
Guys, just let me finish the scene, please. I,
know,
appreciate
I
you, but like I gotta finish one scene.
Yeah.
No, very similar.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a fun story I have. I've woken up on stage before, which is terrifying. What I mean by that is, when you're in the zone,
Yeah.
you're going through the motions, and with
Yeah.
theater, there's a lot of repetition involved. And this was early on in college where I wasn't as skilled, and so I woke up in the middle of a show called The Laramie Project. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a TV show. They made it into a TV, right? No.
It's about it's actually kind of a dark story. It's about the kid in Wyoming who was gay, but he got beaten up and killed because he was gay.
It was a
TV
movie. I
a movie,
believe.
yes, yeah, movie, yeah.
I watched it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was interesting, or what was kind of unique about our performance, we all stayed on the stage in chairs, and we all played these random characters that they interviewed. So you were on stage the whole time, regardless of what you were doing. One night, I'm doing a monologue, and then I wake up. I don't remember if I'm in the beginning of the monologue, the end of the monologue,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean. And so
Yeah.
I'm just there. Take a little pause. All of a sudden, I feel sweat everywhere because I'm like,
Oh my God, I feel sick.
yeah.
I feel sick thinking about this.
And I was just like, all right, pull it together. Let's just go with your instinct. Just say whatever
Yes.
comes out. And I went with that. I sat back down, extra sweaty, and then intermission hit, and I go, how was my monologue? Did it look bad? What did I forgot? And they're like, oh no, we didn't. No, it was fine. I was like, okay,
Whoa.
good. So I think I got lucky, but it was terrifying because you kind of
It's good practice actually to have that experience and then go,
Yeah.
that's how he handled it.
yeah.
Like the thought process.
Right. But being lost in the sauce in a good way, like it's, I mean, I've never done it, but I've heard people, again, parallel it to this, kind of like riding a wave, surfing,
Yeah.
You're in the
Yeah.
moment. You're very in the moment. Where You're not
Yeah.
living in the future or the past too much. You just have to kind of focus on what's going on right now.
Right.
So,
Wow.
I think
That's
it's
a
very
good
similar.
analogy.
Have you had
for
that
sure.
drumming?
Thanks. I'm really
Mid-
smart.
Yeah. Except for your watermelon analogy. No. Sorry, just kidding.
Speaking of watermelon, okay, so I'm going to give, I tasted this White Claw earlier. I've never had White Claw before, so I'm going to give it one more shot. And honestly, it tastes like a lemon seltzer water.
So,
Yeah.
so
You
would
can't
you give it like
taste
a
the
9 out of
alcohol.
10, 10 out of
It's
10?
drinkable.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can drink this, but there's 5% alcohol, which I'm a very much of a lightweight, and that's all I'm going to have.
So that you just want to try it and just
Yeah.
give it a little taste. But
Yeah.
you give it a good review.
Yeah, I can see why people drink this now.
Totally tastes like a seltzer. Like, is it not hard?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they're dangerous, though. For
Yeah.
people that do drink. You know what I mean? You could have like 5 of these and you're like, I forgot I had 5.
25.
Too easy. Easy.
5 of those, I would be
That's like 5.
hammered.
Dude,
You
you
would
could
be
drink
hammered?
them all day and never get drunk.
I wish I could say we would be hammered.
Ask-
if we drank 5
We're
of
like,
these.
oh, we're so sober when we drink these.
Oh, God,
That's just a little pregame. Is 5 of these.
Seriously?
That's like we
Probably.
don't want to get too drunk, so we'll drink these.
Let's have another round.
All right.
You guys can have another round. I got to be sober.
I got to finish yours, apparently. We'll split yours.
You know, the only times I get really drunk is guys' night. So it's going to be insane. I mean, I'm so excited. You don't know how much I love seeing my friends miserable.
Oh, this is the no smile thing? Oh.
Yeah, we're going to
Oh,
play
yeah.
the no laughing game in this
Yeah.
special episode.
Ooh.
I'm so excited.
Wow.
But you drink before it, so like I feel like you'd be more laughy. Why would you drink? I feel like at that point I would not want to drink because then I'd be like, oh, I gotta be sober, so I win the game.
I
and,
would
like,
have
I'd be more serious.
marijuana. That would
No,
make
that
me
would
not-
make me laugh too.
No, that would make me so boring.
Oh.
Perfect. I'd be like, winner.
But see, like you seem very like I don't want to say giggly, but you laugh naturally, and if you're with your friends,
Oh, okay.
it becomes more
I
fun.
mean, naturally too. Yes.
I mean,
I
what's
do.
more entertaining to watch? People actually not like, I'm not laughing. Nobody laughs for an hour. Everybody's like, this is weird. You know,
Yeah.
that's
No
why the
emotion.
alcohol, and especially the alcohol, helps one of my friends, or no, it helps both of them, Isaiah and
I
Jordan.
think it helps everybody.
It helps everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a friend who he joined for the first time on the last guy's night, and he looked like he was so nervous. He looked like he was going to cry most of it, and it was great. So nervous, like it was so entertaining.
He
to
got
watch.
the worst punishment too.
He did.
Right off the bat.
He
Oh,
got
no.
he got the taser, the dog collar taser.
Wait.
Oh,
around
shit.
His, like little,
No, we're safe. We put it on his wrist, but
Oh,
it was
jeez.
We're
I was
safe.
like- No, we're safe. We still put a taser on him, but it was.
he's.
Where is my dog?
Oh yeah.
Her dog's not in here.
She's probably just waiting out there.
She heard dog. Oh, here she comes. We would never put a dog taser collar on you.
Hello,
Never.
gorgeous.
Never.
Never on this.
We've got a
Yeah, I'm
Oops.
very
the tail.
excited.
If that's an issue, we can send her back out. She's
just
wagging
hitting
her
the
tail, guys.
So excited.
We've got an Australian cattle dog here.
Cattle dog?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
allegedly.
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 That's what they say.
All right, Billy, how'd you go?
All right.
How'd you go?
Yeah, that's why she wasn't in here. She's
Yeah, how'd you go?
causing the ruckus.
So
Sit.
cute.
Sit.
Um.
Sit. Hey.
Oh
Out,
no.
out.
We got a
Oh.
cute dog.
Okay, Billy, out. How'd you go? How'd you go? Come on, how'd you go? How'd you go?
This is the distraction. You can't have dogs in studio.
Sit.
You can't.
It just it won't it just won't happen.
She'll
with
chill.
the dog in studio.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Um.
She works well with signals, but
Is she well trained? How long have you had her?
nearly 3. Well, it was a COVID dog.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
so
So like
we
3
both
years
got
now.
COVID dogs.
I know. Yeah, we did. The
She got
thing.
2. I got 1.
Well, yeah, I do have 2 little Chihuahua mixes that will bite your ankles and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
little dog syndrome.
Ah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm giving them a bad rep. My dogs are great. They're good. It's just like they do have little dog syndrome where
That's okay to say that. Yeah.
yeah, they just do the thing where they go on the street and if they see another dog, they've got to be like, I'm bigger than you. And I'm like, that dog could bite your face off literally in a second. So they just don't get it. But
yeah.
I love my dogs to death, but they are COVID dogs. But
Well, I can tell you both are good dog moms, so that's always good.
we try to be.
Okay. I know you can tell, but I've been working out a lot, and
I was just thinking that.
I was going to say, I could see it through that large flannel you're wearing.
thank you.
You're
Thank
bulging out. It's like you're the Hulk right now.
I know. Life is so difficult. No, I've been dealing with some annoying injuries. Nothing like debilitating, but annoying injuries. And so I know you all have done like fans of CrossFit and that exercise. I got to know what I've done CrossFit once, and I'm like, this is cool, but this is a little too much on my joints right now. So
Yeah.
what do you do to mitigate that?
I mean, you need to start with just no weight for a long time.
Ah,
Really, that's the problem is people get excited when they're new and they're using like too much weight too quick, and that's where people are getting injured. But if you are just working on your technique with just the bar or just a wood stick, really there's no more load on the joints than any other workout.
okay.
Are you very competitive as far as workout?
That could be a problem.
So that's the thing that's why I got out of CrossFit actually. I mean, I still do it sometimes, but and what I realized while I was doing it, because that's how Bowie and I met actually, was I needed to stop being competitive as far as trying to lift as heavy as the other person next to me or trying to do more reps or whatever. It's more of doing a workout for yourself.
Yeah.
And so that's how
true.
people hurt themselves at CrossFit is that because and of course the culture of CrossFit is like you're trying to do things for reps or for like time and it's a competitive sport. For someone like me, I'm like, I don't need to be doing this competitively. I'm doing
whereas
this for the workout.
I'm competitive and I just play my own game with it.
Yeah.
I don't even write my score up, so.
So like if it's hard on your joints, it's like, oh, maybe don't do, instead of doing box jumps, you do step ups.
Yeah, I swap
You're
out
not
lots of
jumping
things.
on the box instead, and you're not doing, like you find ways to modify, and you modify to what makes you feel like you're still getting a good workout. So it's
Yeah.
like I still show up to the gym, and maybe I won't do exactly what Bowie's doing, or I won't do what everyone's doing, but I'm like, hey, I'm getting a workout in. I just showed up, and I'm doing the workout, and that's to me what matters. But
the benefit to it is going and seeing the same people every day and they're going, oh, I'll see you tomorrow. Accountability.
we like the social aspect of
Yeah,
it, for
it's
sure.
very social. And around the world, all the gyms are doing the same workout. So it makes it easy if you're traveling. But
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay.
Yeah. But I can see how it is hard on, it's definitely hard on the joints. Like I had some injuries. Like I had a lower back injury from like, again, trying to deadlift too much. Cause at the beginning I was like, oh, I can lift this. And then you pull it out
Too
once.
heavy, too quick.
Yeah, too quick. And then you're going to have that injury for
Which you can do at
perhaps
the
the rest
gym.
of your life.
But it's maybe less competitive because you're not seeing the same people, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's competing with I will say the culture of CrossFit was like a competitive culture, and what I had to realize was it doesn't need to be. You know what I mean? There's people that want to be there to be competitive, but if you're there just to do your own workout, just do your own workout, and that's
Yeah.
the way to be safe about it.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say, CrossFit Games, holy
It's
moly.
hardcore.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
mean, that my mum said to me the other day, now, doing all that CrossFit, I don't want you to get bulky. And I'm like, Mum, seriously, they train like 6 hours a day. I
Yeah.
can never get that bulky and eat a shitload. I can't get that bulky even if I tried. Like, I have to be super fit to get that good.
Well, these are the professionals too, right? At the CrossFit Games, these are people that, like I said, are the ones that are literally there, that are working out every day and are competitive. This is
Yeah.
their sport. This is their profession. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's intense.
There's some thighs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
They're
Lots of
incredibly
thighs.
strong.
like
Shoulders, man, those fucking shoulders I see on there.
Yeah, the
like,
traps.
the traps and stuff.
I know.
It's insane.
Those some I mean, yeah. There's
We
I
wish
mean,
we were that fit.
I
We're
like
not
it.
even close.
I like it. It's I mean, yeah. It's it's getting warm in here. Is it warm?
hot. It's
getting hot. Woo!
Oh, we gotta stop thinking about CrossFitters.
Yeah.
So,
The bar is high with the muscles.
you know what? I teach yoga a few times a week now.
Oh, nice.
And it's been going great. It's very rewarding. I've been doing it for a year, and what?
No, because we used to have a question in our survey at the end of our podcast.
We used to interview. This was when we used to, yeah,
to
we used
work
to
out a
ask-
type of it, and we go CrossFit or yoga.
Like we would ask
Yeah.
people like what they prefer.
And specific that would be one or the other. So.
Oh, interesting.
It's
When
different
am I
personality.
going to come on, Babes Behind the Beats?
Pop a dress on.
Do you identify as she, they?
Yeah, she,
okay,
they.
now we're in tricky. No. See, this is
If you do.
This is where we can't talk.
all right. Okay, I get it. Okay. It's just
Actually, we don't wear dresses, so that's wrong. But she, they.
yeah.
yes. She,
Yes.
they.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. See, now there's
Your
like
episode-
the editing is
Yeah,
happening
now you're like, oh, shit.
in real time, and I'm like, okay, no.
You're welcome,
I
but
would-
this won't air.
the reason why is because I'm always interested to see how I love being on the other side because I'm on this side so much. Just the other week I was on the other side with Peyton on his YouTube channel. Correct, Peyton? Yeah. And I love it because I'm like, oh, I don't have to put on like the host hat. You
Yeah.
know?
Yes. Oh, I get that. We get that as hosts. Yeah.
Listen, we keep it like organic. It's very conversational, but there's also like technique behind it, and like you're trying to keep the pace, the topics, all this
Yep.
stuff. So there's a lot of energy and mental bandwidth being
Yes,
spent.
and you think about where we're going next,
Yep.
whereas the
Right.
guest is not thinking that.
You're like thinking about what they're saying and then being like, okay, I'm going to take that and use that in the next
Yeah.
question that I have.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then you're like, don't daydream.
yeah.
I'm like, stay focused.
I've had guests early on in this one, and then on my previous podcast. Man, I zoned out so much.
Yeah, the zoning, you can't zone out.
like
Is it because they were, well, I don't want to call out guests, but in what way did you zone out? Was it just because you were not interested in what they were saying, or was it like they were?
Or you were busy, maybe.
half.
Yeah.
Maybe half of them were uninteresting or
Okay.
just boring, and then the other half is me just being like, oh, I gotta do this, and I'm like, oh no, I have
And then,
no idea what they
then
said.
What
you
they were
don't
just
know
talking
what
about,
they
yeah.
said, so you can't bounce. You can't even
Yeah.
ask a question because you're not sure if they've already said it.
I mean, that just happened to us today. I was literally in there and I was thinking to myself of the next question. Then I was like, wait, I don't think this is going to transition well because I don't even know what they're talking about. I can't just be like, and then how did you get into working for?
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
I think honesty is always the best policy.
Yeah.
So I honestly, for like if that happened to me in a conversation like this, it would make me feel even weirder not to acknowledge it. And I'd be like, hey, I zoned out. I'll be honest with you. Can you please repeat what you said?
yeah.
And that was on me because I'm thinking about a bunch of other stuff. I'm so
Right.
sorry.
Yeah.
And I think the audience appreciates that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Knowing
Yeah.
that you'll never bullshit them at the
Yeah.
end. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Totally. I agree
Actually,
with that.
we've got each other, so like once she said to me, yes, she just said that, blah blah blah, and I was like, oops.
Well, and that's the thing about us being co-hosts, and you're on your own. So
It's
I get that's
heaps
a
easier.
lot more pressure where you're by yourself. You don't have someone to kind of bounce things off of, or someone who can like chime in if you're just like, I don't know what to say
Yeah.
next. You know.
And sometimes, like, the people behind the camera are really abusive and aggressive, and they attack me for no reason. What? Peyton, don't give me don't give me a ooh.
He's been glaring
You're
at you the
raising your
whole time. I
voice.
noticed that.
Listen, when our intern is here, it becomes 3 against 1 very quickly. Very, very quickly.
Oh man.
I found those EDC interviews because I was doing these interviews for a festival,
Yeah.
and it was Jasmin. I'm used to doing it with Jess.
Yeah.
And so I started to mentally, internally panic. I was like, wait, you've got to have the next question because there's no Jess here. Like, just fucking work it out. Like,
That's the thing is we
Yeah.
rely on each other a
yeah,
lot.
we're
Like, we've-
so used to it.
We've figured out like our dynamic as co-hosts. So it's like I couldn't imagine doing something like now at this point. It's like I don't want to interview anyone without you because I'd be like I just can't handle.
It's
I can't
it's a
handle it.
nice comfort zone. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Having
Yeah.
each other, yeah.
That's great.
So we're codependent.
Oh my god, we're codependent hosts. Oh my god, that should be in our bio.
Codependent.
Codependent hosts Bowie, Jane, and Jess Bowen.
Cannot interview on their own.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
There was something I wanted to talk about. Oh well.
See,
It
if
just
you had a
in the ether.
co-host, they could help.
I know. It would help. Damn. I forgot what we were talking about. Anyway. Okay. Almost choked on my spit. I'm dying.
Uh-oh.
Time for a drink.
So, this is what I want to talk about. I have a story from my previous podcast. Today's been a little bit of stories of previous things. It feels like a story. We see I'm talking about stories. I feel like an old man. This is a sidebar. I'll come back to the story. I feel like a really old man, a lot, like an old soul, a lot of my life. I like gardening. I'm a antisocial extrovert. I judge people immediately sometimes, especially out and
think
about
that's
when
normal.
I'm going grocery shopping or at Costco.
Yes, that's normal.
Oh.
Oh, but you're hardcore. Are you hardcore? Antisocial
Yeah.
extrovert. That's an interesting description too.
Yeah.
What are you?
I don't know. Kind of that, I think. Honestly, when you said that, I was like, I think I relate.
I don't like to talk to my Uber driver at all.
Me
Not out of
neither.
disrespect,
Literally same.
but if I'm in the car with someone and they're talking a lot with the Uber driver, I'm just like, oh my god, I can't handle like stupidity. I know I've got an argument about this with my brother, and he's like, you have too high standards, and I'm like, no, this is like baseline. Don't tell me I have high standards. And I'll give you an example of an Uber driver I had. Okay.
Okay.
I'll come back to the story about the story I want to talk about. So, the Uber driver, I'm like waiting, and they literally at like 2 miles per hour drive right by me, and I'm like, hello, and they're looking everywhere but me.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no one else on the road.
Yeah.
Finally, they stop, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm knocking on the window, and they're like, and I'm like, hi, and they're like, great, hi, sorry, I can't find anybody today, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I was trying to go, I was going to a place to pick up my car from the shop. Nowhere near an airport. Plus, they have the address there on it. And then she stops for a little bit and she goes, oh, are you going to the airport? And I'm like, no,
You have the address there.
nowhere near the airport. No. And she's like, oh, okay.
She didn't cancel, did she?
What's that?
She didn't cancel.
No. And then I just put on my seat. It's dead quiet in the car. I put on my seatbelt. And she's like, you have your seatbelt on, right? And she's looking, and I'm like, oh, yes, I have my seatbelt on.
Dude.
And it's just little things like that can like, and I know it's a me thing, but it just like,
It's the vibe.
it sets me off. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like, just be I like people who are professional and at their jobs. That's what I love. I love
Yes.
somebody who like takes their job super
so you
seriously.
need a black driver. As in the black card.
Oh,
I was like, wait, no. That definitely came out wrong. But you know what I mean?
yes. Sorry. That took me
You
by
need a
surprise.
limousine is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. I was like, oh. Well,
You're like, this
we
has gone
found our
south.
clip for the show.
Oh, great.
You know what you need? You need a black driver. Those guys are professional. Okay?
Actually, probably are. But yeah.
Yeah. I know what kind of black driver you're talking about. Great.
Oh my god.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, life is good.
Yeah. And that's why you bring an Aussie on the show. Because the Aussie will always say the wrong thing.
Oh my god. That was great.
Aussie in America is very difficult. Just saying.
Yeah.
Aussie does not know what to say.
So,
Oh my god.
back to my original story from my previous podcast. We had booked a guest who I thought was an actor. It turns out we booked somebody who had the same exact name.
This happens in Melbourne with a singer.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my friend manages the actual guy, but the other guy gets booked all the time because of the exact same name.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He comes into the studio, and
worth
I know
doing.
from right off the bat, I'm like, hi. And he goes, hey, I'm here. I'm like, oh, great. And I'm like, this is awesome. And I like talk to my producer. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick. Do you want to use the bathroom too? Like, obviously, so obviously. We're in the bathroom. Like, what are we? And we're like,
This
I'm looking
must
on my
happen
phone.
all the time with him.
It was, yeah, and it was another actor, but who had none of the same.
Oh no. Was it just like such a common name or something?
Yeah, I forget what it was, but it ended up being an okay interview.
Okay.
He actually joked about in the interview, like, yeah, sometimes I get mistaken for this other actor, and I'm like, oh, really?
Oh my god.
Did you do it in the intro? Did you refer to it? No, you can't.
No, and
Yeah.
It's
honestly,
embarrassing.
it would have. But if it happened now, I would embrace the situation
Yeah.
and be like, you know what? No, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And that's a funny point.
And that,
Yeah.
and that's so much more honest. And the other person's like, well, let's just see what happens. All right,
Yeah.
great, okay, let's.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
But-
no, because my friend's a sound engineer, and he goes, we're doing, apparently on Saturday, we're doing the sound for blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Who's got the same name as, and I text my friend, I said, oh, guess what? My friend's doing sound for your guy who you're managing. She's like, oh no, he's not doing that gig. It's the guy who's got the exact same name.
Oh my god.
She said this happens all the time.
Man.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, that must be nice though. To if there's one for the one
Yeah.
who might not be as known as the other one. To
Yeah.
be like, cool, I'm getting more things.
Suddenly I call myself the Sumer set.
Wow.
She's like, that's a hard no for that one, a hard no.
I needed to for that one.
I think we've used this more today than on Zeke. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the episode.
Sorry, you knew the second I walked in here that was gonna happen. Like I saw it and I was
He
like,
was
ooh.
worried putting it in the middle.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you should.
okay.
It's gonna be.
I haven't
sorry.
pressed it once.
Sorry to everyone. It's too fun.
It is too
It's
fun.
too fun.
Okay, so to get to know each other a little bit better, since we're not friends.
Since we
Not
make it
friends.
clear again, we are not friends.
We're just
we
work
are
associates.
coworkers, colleagues.
What's a good word for that? What's a good how like
Stablemates.
we're
Stable man.
Well, in agency, no, seriously.
And this is another Australian.
Okay, it might
Stablemates?
be in the UK if you're on the same booking agency, you're stablemates.
I
You don't
kind
say
of
that here?
like that now.
As a musician,
I've never heard that.
Oh.
I can run with it.
like a
Stablemates.
big agency, and they're like, well, they're your stablemates. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Stablemates. That's
Okay.
what we are now.
Okay, we're stablemates.
I
Actually,
mean,
you know
we
what?
don't have to use it if it's
No,
wrong.
we're using it.
No, we are,
Stablemates.
we are stablemates.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
so
the horses.
to get more friendly with each other, there's a video that popped up, and can we play, if you guys don't mind,
Yeah.
the video of the basketball player who recently won the NBA final? Just a little bit to show his completely disinterest of staying and celebrating the win and wanting to get back home. I forget where he's from, but
I think he's from Croatia or something.
Yes.
Serbia.
some Eastern European
Yes.
country, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So yeah, they won the NBA championship, huge accomplishment,
That's huge.
and he's not only just a player, but a very good player on top of that.
How tall is he?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
I'm curious what you are feeling right now, and if you're looking forward to a parade coming up in Denver.
When is parade? When is parade?
Thursday.
No.
Yeah.
I need to go home.
Oh.
Okay. We won it, but I think it's not the most important thing in the world still. There is a bunch of things that I like to do. I mean, probably that's a normal thing, you know. Nobody likes his job, or they do. They're lying.
He's so good. I love him so much.
That's amazing. That's my first time seeing that, so I'm like, what?
A little bit more backstory. Back in his home, what he's excited about is to go with his horses, horse racing.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe he should do that.
I just, first of all, the disinterest of he made it seem like he works construction, first of all, when he did one of the hardest things in the world, win an NBA championship.
Yeah.
At a high level too.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it makes me wonder, like, is there anything like that for you all? Like outside of
Oh,
music?
where it becomes blasé, eh?
No. Like, is there anything like to this extreme where it's like, you know, I love music and everything, but honestly, I just want to go home to my horses.
I mean, okay.
And if not, that's fine.
The only thing that I will say this, and it might get me shit, I don't know, because I'm not trying to sound like, I don't know, unappreciative or anything, but sometimes I go on tour, and I'm on tour for like 8 weeks, and it's like, people are like, oh, we're so sad to leave or whatever, and I'm like, I can't wait to go home to my
Exactly like
dogs
him. Yeah.
and my fiance and like my normal life and my bed and all this stuff and being able to shower every day, you know, like, but like there's a little bit that I can relate to him on where he's just like, I just want to go home. You know what I mean? Like he's clearly playing basketball in another country. So he's kind of, you know, he's like, I did my thing. I did the season. We won. It's great. And I want to go home. I can kind of relate to that. But at the same time, when you win something that big,
That'd be like you saying you want to go home after Madison Square Gardens.
yeah,
Which would be
like
weird.
or like winning a Grammy or something and being like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no, cool, I won this Grammy, but now I need to leave immediately after and like seeming a little ungrateful for it. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit. Like, I can relate on both levels a bit.
What about you?
I can relate on both levels in that the travel is tiring. So being on the road is tiring, and obviously he's been on the road for a while, and he's like, fuck, I gotta get home. But I 100% would be milking that shit. I'd be like, whoop, whoop, let's party until we all, I'm the only one left, and then, okay, I have to go home.
And you said he's a big player. So I'm horrible. I don't follow basketball that
Yeah.
much because I was a Phoenix Suns fan, and when they dropped out, I was only a bandwagon. Like when they do well, I'm on and I'm watching. But when they're not in it, I don't follow anything. So like he's one of the he's like one of the star players.
I'm not a fan either, but I
Oh,
know he's a
okay.
very good player.
No,
So,
I
yeah.
think he's like kind of genius, right?
Well,
but
like-
we don't know because I'm Australian.
Because
so.
to me, yeah, I feel like when you you also have to embrace being like if you're one of those players that like everyone looks up to, or you're one of the team like leaders,
Yeah.
you got to take that responsibility on. You can't be like, nah, I want to get out of here. Like if you are a leader and you're like that person that's led your team to a victory like that, I also think
interesting.
there's a bit of like disrespect to the team.
I don't think you'd see Pink at the end of her tour going, oh, I can't wait to get home in an interview. Right?
Or she could be, but
But she's not
what I'm
saying
saying is like, yeah, as a leader of a team, I feel like there's
As a
bit
leader,
of, as a
that's
leader,
right.
it's just like, yo, like you can have your feelings, but I think that you might want to still also have the like you should celebrate, like you said, it's a huge accomplishment. Who gets to play in the NBA final? Who wins the NBA finals? Like
Right.
a very small percentage of people in the world get to be in the finals.
And you know what? I'm going to defend kind of you a little bit with the touring aspect and him, because I think it's also what's going on in your life at that time.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're 18 or 19 and you're talented and successful and you're touring the country, you
And
probably
maybe it's
don't
your
want to.
first tour even.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to go home.
Yeah, yeah,
To what?
fair.
Yeah.
School?
Yep.
No.
Your
If
parents'
you're
house.
right, if you're in your
Yeah.
30s and you have a family established and you
You
want
got
that
stuff
family
on.
time, you love the tour, you're thankful for it, but you want to get back home too. There's
Yeah.
that balance that happens.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people who misunderstand sometimes when they see famous people, whether it be a musician, an athlete, an actor, whatever, go, yeah, I had a good time shooting the movie, but I'm just really glad to be home. And then people are like, oh, you're ungrateful. It's like, there's a lot of stress at high level peak performance on whether you're touring, playing a game, in a movie. And there's a lot of things that the majority of people will never see the stress in putting on a performance of any kind.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so I think always to keep in mind that there's going to be things we never see, and at first, I mean, for me, when I see that, I just find it so funny. He's so honest about
Yeah.
So
there's
good.
a parade Thursday.
It really was so good.
No, that's why I actually love it to watch because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's the reality. We know exactly what he's going through. He's like, I don't know if he's got a wife, but I'm getting pressure from home. I've got to get home. I'm tired. I've got to get back. What? There's a parade, which would normally happen behind the scenes.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I love that honesty. And there is something he said, which I actually really respect. He's like, we got the job done.
Yeah.
And
Done.
honestly, as a coach or a player, it's like, yeah, he gets the job done. He goes home, comes back, does his thing, and then goes home. And honestly, I
That's
love
fair.
working with actors like that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They'll get the job done, keep a low profile, and they're out. I'm like, I like that person.
Yeah.
I can
right.
count on them.
Yeah.
There's no drama involved.
Yeah. That's fair.
You know?
I like
And the
that.
reality is they're probably like better at it because of they're not as nervous. Do you think they're not as nervous?
Who's not as nervous?
Like
Sorry.
the actor or anyone in that position is not as nervous because they're not putting themselves under their own pressure. They're like, I'm getting my job done and I'm out.
Yes, I think also the not nervousness is coming with confidence in your craft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when you
Yeah.
all are on stage, you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that confidence of like, it's not my first rodeo. This is my craft. This
There's
is my passion.
still shit can go wrong though.
Yeah.
For sure,
Yeah.
but that you're not thinking that when you're in there,
No.
right?
You
Yeah.
got to be in the moment.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And even if it does go wrong, you're like, all right, I can fix it.
Well, I know how to
Yeah.
deal with it, i.e.
Yeah.
sticks breaking.
Yeah.
Grabs and that. I saw her. She whacked a stick. She hits it so bloody hard, and that might not even be the right terminology. She whacked it so hard and didn't miss a beat, pulls the next stick out, and then hits the next beat.
Amazing.
And I was like, she goes, did you see that? I was like, yes, I did.
Bullshit. You know what? Bullshit.
Well, I got to show you the video, I guess.
Wait, you have the
like-
video?
I think so. 'cause
I think I videoed it.
You
didn't I?
might have been the person that showed, because you were like, look at, you were at the show and you said this was a moment. And I was like, oh yeah, I broke the stick. And then she had it on camera where I broke the
Literally
stick,
not-
grabbed it, and then.
didn't miss a beat. Bang. I was like, how?
But again, that comes with
Practice.
being so good at your craft.
Yeah.
And this player, he's like, yeah, I brought my team to this championship. I'm great at this. Amazing.
Yeah.
Now I want to go home and rest. You know?
Yeah, you're not celebrating. Woo, I was on a big stage. Like, it's fun, but you're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a certain element of yes, the glory or whatever it is that comes with it, but at the same time, there's the humanity of it too, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
This is a
I'm
person.
still a human. I want to go home. I have a
Exactly.
family. I have other things that I love to do besides this one thing that everyone knows, quote unquote, knows me for or puts the pressure on me for, right?
I love that because I'm not a big partier at all. I don't like parties or let alone a parade.
Yeah.
I feel his annoyance of when they said parade, he's like,
Oh, yeah, immediately.
It's like,
when's
wait,
the parade?
when?
Thursday?
Who do I get mad at about this?
That's
And
3
then-
days from now.
And then they go, you're going home on Friday. He's like,
He's
ah.
like, I know. I like when he went, no.
Yeah.
No, just straight up, no. And even when they were doing the champagne thing, he was just like, and he puts it down and just walks off. And I'm like, I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
I feel
Kyrgios is like that. Nick Kyrgios. Do you watch the tennis at all? No.
Tennis?
Yeah, obviously
no.
not. Nick Kyrgios is like that in interviews.
Oh, you know what? I'm pissed off with something. I don't follow tennis, but I'm pissed off about something I saw in tennis recently.
Yeah?
Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't know.
The doubles, women's doubles.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know about this.
Do you know about this?
No, what happened?
Do you know about this? No. Bullshit call. And I rarely take a side on this, okay? A little
As
girl.
in out thing or
Uh,
the ball's in or out? Or?
no. This
Oh.
is like. Okay. I'm gonna take a sip.
Oh, is he gonna
I need a
sip.
sip for this too.
Please. So,
I love
And-
having this that we can get the things.
right? Isn't it nice?
Lovely.
Women's doubles controversy.
Oh, I should know
Japanese.
this.
Oh, Japanese.
So,
Never get used to your space bar.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Oh yeah. Any different keyboard, it's like
it was an
Oh, here we
French
go. French
Open
Open doubles. You
news.
knew exactly what to search for. That was impressive.
Oh wow.
yeah. Okay.
I
Check
haven't
this out.
seen this.
Okay. Let's. Can you scroll up? Sorry, real quick. French Open doubles player Miya Kato of Japan disqualified for accidentally hitting a ball girl. Okay.
Disqualified.
And I'll tell you what. The opposite team. Okay. And I have to. And I'm not like being like anti-French or whatever. I just got to go French and the Japanese team just for like clarification.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no video on that. I'll find one. That's fine. It's a whole. The video makes me more annoyed. Okay. French team was losing. Okay. The Japanese girl, sometimes they whack a ball and it just accidentally hit the ball girl.
Yeah.
And
Clearly an accident, probably, right?
I've never heard of someone being if it was accidental. So that's amazing.
right, it was an accident, right?
And
like,
disqualified?
but there's no reason for her to. It just It's just an accident. So
Not even a game.
check this
penalty?
out.
This is crazy.
Oh, the French girls go, look, they hit her with the ball. She's crying, and then it's like.
They said like they instigated.
And
it?
it's a young girl. She's 11. She got hit with it. She was crying a little bit, right? But then they're like they're like, hey, like, sorry, like what?
No, this happens often in tennis.
And then they're like, hey, the ref was like, no, it was an accident. And then they're like, no, she's crying. Ref gets off from his podium. He walks over to the girl. He's like comforting her. And then the Japanese team is like, it was an accident, They eventually go up to her. They
Especially
apologize.
the Japanese.
And then
Oh
the
my
ref's
God.
like, you're disqualified. And they're like, excuse me? This was a fucking accident. And the
That's
French doubles
insane.
girls are like, and it's like,
Oh, no. Don't
Dude.
like that.
I need to ask Tina and Emma about this.
please.
My tennis friends.
Because it really annoyed me that's the way you want to, first of all, that's the way you want to win.
Right.
This happens often where linesmen get hit and it's an accident.
They were Listen, I'm not like upset with the young girl, the 11 or whatever,
Yeah.
12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
She got hit. It probably hurt. It was that embarrassment too, probably.
Yeah.
All those emotions come up. Totally fine. They went up to her, apologized. It's not nothing malicious. Oh, dude, it fired me up so much.
And now that ball girl is cancelled.
Tormo against Kato and
Yeah. So these were the girls. See,
That?
it was an accident,
Oh.
right?
Tell it was inadvertent. She was hitting the ball back, but it is the rule if you hit a ball person or a line.
Yeah, they're like apologizing. They're like,
It's an automatic default.
Oh
it's
my
a
God.
default? A default that you lose if you accidentally hit the ball girl?
They were like, it's on purpose. She did it on purpose.
And I think she felt
Oh, she did not do that on purpose.
She was
you're-
literally not
that's-
even looking.
You're saying that's malicious?
That is not on purpose.
manner in terms of even hitting the ball.
it just seemed like.
And
she
is
was
the
hitting
umpire
to the other
French?
side, but
I don't know.
those are the things
I don't
you've
know.
gotta be
I don't know.
careful of, and that's why-
Oh, that's a big call to be doing a
Dude,
disqualification.
I would be fired
Okay,
up.
that's
Like when something's done in temper and it accidentally hits someone. Okay, cool, but that wasn't even
no.
in temper.
That
was
that
like,
you couldn't even. That was very clearly an accident.
Like-
it was a.
That's shocking.
All right.
Damn.
Anyway.
Wow. That,
We agree on that one.
we agree on that. Fired up about that.
Not happy.
I'm not happy at all. That's all for our time on Idobi Radio. However, the show continues on. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you get podcasts. We're at. You know how to use Google. Find us. Yeah. Always remember to tune in every Thursday for a new episode. Friendly reminder, next week we got a replay episode of one of our favorite guests, Roshan from Sam's Taylor. And then the following week, 250th episode on Wesam's World. Yes! We haven't been canceled yet.
Wait
Thanks for
till
tuning in.
after today.
We'll see. Stay tuned. Show continues on. All right. So we got a few videos for all of us to watch.
Okay.
Curated by our intern. Really excited for this. I hope you all are having a good time. This has been great
Having a
so
great
far.
We're having a ball.
This is
Good.
great.
Good. Alex, before we start the player, would you mind moving this bar to like the side or someplace? Thank you so much. You're welcome. I ask Zeke to do it every week, and Drives me crazy.
Pet hate.
I miss you, Zeke. We haven't seen you in a long time, man. We miss you. We love you. Great. Let's play it.
Wow, that guy kicked me in the head. I think I got that on film.
Wait, is that a train?
Is that a bus?
Train.
Why was he standing there?
Exactly. He's
What
an
an
idiot.
idiot.
Why? Yeah.
Is this
Oh,
the
he's got
slow?
earphones in. Maybe that's why.
No, it is.
Oh, it is in slow motion. Oh, it's like a foot. It was someone's.
Oh! Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh, that makes me happy.
That is
Wow.
hilarious. Because
Wow.
I thought it was a train that hit him. And then it
Yeah,
was
I
the
couldn't
foot.
tell if it was like the actual.
Shit.
Oh, you thought the actual
Vehicle.
train?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be a lot different.
No, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is.
Well, I was like, was
Dramatic.
he leaning back? Like I couldn't tell. I was like, why did he get hit?
Just asking again. These videos are okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome. I just got hurt. I was like, there's nobody like really getting hurt. We're just stable mates, right?
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
stable
I-
mates.
no, because I was like shocked. I was like, oh god, that's terrible.
Okay, we got a robber.
Can he see through the box, or is he?
Pretty bizarre.
Oh my
scene
God,
here. A new
that's
video shared by
hilarious.
Miami Gardens business owner shows a thief
Oops.
stealing phones while covering his head up with a cardboard box. The surveillance video captured the robbery around 4 Saturday
Idiot.
morning.
Wow.
It happened at Eye Repair Tech, which is located on Northwest 183rd Street. At one point, the clumsy culprit even drops his disguise, revealing his face just before he leaves the store. The owner tells us the thief took 19 iPhones and $8,000 in
does that
cash,
box
doing
have
a total
an
of
address on it?
$15,000
That's what I'd be
damage.
zooming in on.
The suspect was later spotted in the area around 5:30 Saturday afternoon and arrested.
All right.
What a loser.
Well, I'm not going to do that tomorrow. That was my plan
No,
for
don't
getting
wear
my
a
new
box.
iPhone, but I won't do.
Yeah.
a
I could see you
fucking
doing that.
iPhone. Yeah, I was like,
She's just.
that's an easy. You would
Actually,
think.
I don't know. I feel like you've probably had like, a little bit of
criminal background.
no.
I was like, no, that's.
I feel like
no.
you've gone to jail.
I was like, I got a green card, no criminal history.
That's right. I'm joking.
Uh-oh. Where'd she go? What happened? She got hit.
Dude, she is unconscious in the limousine. That's where she is.
That's a limo? Oh, I thought it was a ride.
My God.
Holy shit.
Dude, can we play that one more time?
Yeah, I need to see that again now, knowing that's a limo. And that was
Oh
a
my
bridge
God.
or
And
something,
she
was
got-
it?
You know those like
Wear your
signs?
seatbelt.
Yeah. Oh.
If she was wearing a seatbelt, that wouldn't have happened.
It probably was a black Uber.
Yeah, probably. She is not wearing a seatbelt. Oh.
Yeah.
No, and they don't even notice.
Having a good time.
I didn't even know. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. That's.
Friendship.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh.
Oh.
Daddy, meu Deus.
Oh no.
Oh no.
E agora?
Oh,
the
her
fuck?
braces.
Her brace came off.
Yeah, her mouth.
Ew.
The dog. Oh.
Jess
Oh,
knows
no.
about being bitten.
Have you had braces?
No, I just
I
got
have,
bit by a
yes.
dog. I have.
But she's been bitten by a dog.
Oh,
have,
shoot.
These scars are from dog bites.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, but it's okay. It was
in
like
COVID.
yeah, during COVID, but it was fine because like I love it's my brother's dog
Loves
and I
the
love the dog, but I literally had that happen where I was like with the dog and I was like playing with it and they bit me in the face and then I ended up in the ER during COVID in Arizona, the worst place to be for having to get stitches and go to the ER.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
But anyways, that I related
She
to
was
that.
like,
I
"Ooh,
felt-
I feel the pain."
yeah,
Yeah.
felt bad
Wow.
about that. Anyways.
Okay. See, the stuff we learn on the show about our guests.
I know.
Like,
This is what happens when
such-
you're friends, not just stablemates.
Wow. This guy at my school wanted me to sing a song he wrote for the last day of school.
I wanna start with a thank you. I wanna start with a thank you for you all. Thank you all for listening to all these sharing cares that we've gone through. All these things that we've done throughout this whole year. I wanna thank you for being here to listen to these songs, to listen to each other, to be here, to be proud, to be and so thank you for being my class here. Thank you for being here today. So you can listen to this song to end this final year of our freshman year. So thank you all. And I know we got 3 more years here. Some of us really don't, but maybe we can find a way to make it the best we got.
Keeps fucking going.
I actually think he's got a bit of a tone. It needs to be tuned, but you could use the tone.
What was his foot doing the whole time?
Oh, I missed the foot.
But I was like, that's not like there was no beat, no rhythm.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
You're right.
she's
You're right.
tapping.
It's just tapping.
And it's off. Oh, bless his cotton socks.
I love this guy. He's going on our wall of fame.
I freaking love that. I love it that he's brave enough to get up there and sing. Good on him for
Good
riding
for
the
him.
track.
Good
Yes.
for him.
We love that.
Good for him.
You know what?
Power to everyone.
Another minute?
No shit.
A whole other minute?
You kidding
I
me?
mean,
What
I
else
think
does he
there is an
say?
element of not
What
knowing
else
when
can
to
you say?
stop.
Before we have a game on guys' night where we get up and sing because one of my friends is he's a really talented guitar player.
Okay.
And I've said this to his face before. He's a really talented guitar player. His singing.
Oh, some people shouldn't sing.
Thank you for saying that.
No, we note this all the time. We're like, that person shouldn't sing.
Like me. I
She's
drum.
not
I
trying
hit
to
things.
sing.
I don't sing. Are
No.
you kidding me?
And the problem
Listen to this. Are
is,
you kidding me? Listen to my voice.
no,
Are you kidding
the problem is you could probably actually sing because you know what's in tune.
Being in tune and singing are still.
I
mean,
know.
yes, I've got
know.
half of it, but
That
the
tone.
being good part is what's
Being
really
good.
missing.
Yeah, it's one thing to be in tune, but another thing to not be fucking with vibrato and whacking that on at every second.
Oh, I have vibrato so good.
Oh
You
my
don't want to
God.
mess with my vibrato.
Yeah, it's daggy vibrato.
You did theater, right?
Yeah, it's a theater thing. Vibrato is
You're like not
out.
musical theater.
Yeah.
You're like theater and musical theater are two different
Yeah.
things.
Let me tell you something. If you want somebody to speak sing, I'm your guy.
Oh, I bet you're good at it.
I bet you'd be great at that.
I'm speak singing like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd kill it.
And a vibrato. Everything else,
And that's
terrible.
fine. Yeah.
Nightmarish.
You own what you're good. You know, you own the good parts of your voice.
First of all, real talk. Him to do. If this is real, if this is not set up,
Yes, true.
then kudos to him for being brave enough to do
Agree.
this.
Absolutely.
1000%.
Yeah.
And I would still tell him, hey, you probably need singing lessons, but for your bravery, thumbs up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I reckon that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for my friend who plays the guitar really well, super talented at guitar.
Yeah.
He's really brave for posting videos of himself singing.
Yeah, but isn't it amazing the people who post stuff on Instagram and they can't sing in tune, and you're like, how do you not know that you're not in tune? I just find it baffling.
Yeah. Does he not know?
Like
He
I
just
know,
doesn't know that he is not.
I know when I'm not in tune.
Oh, I'm the worst friend, and I love it.
I love it. Yeah. At first, you're like, my friend, she's a horrible actress, but she's, look at her. She's doing great. I'm like, so this guy can't be that bad. I feel it sounds like the way your track record is working, that you're saying they're bad at things, but they're very successful.
Okay, okay. He's so good at guitar playing that when he sings, because his singing is nowhere near his guitar playing, it just sounds worse.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
He's not a bad
Oh, I
singer.
see.
Yeah,
The
he's not
contrast.
a bad singer.
No.
Okay.
Because he's so good at guitar.
No, Jordan Matlock, this is you. So
Look him up. His Instagram is.
he's seriously, his guitar playing is exceptional.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that when he sings, it's just so much
Yeah,
worse.
it's like,
because
don't
of-
sing.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
And so we're playing a game, which I'm excited.
Uh-oh. I'm
For
not
guys' night?
singing.
Not
Oh.
us. No.
No,
He
can you
ain't
say
gonna
the-
be
can you say
friends
the
with
game?
you anymore.
What's that?
He ain't gonna be friends with you anymore.
Oh, he'll be friends with me.
Wait, can you tell us what the game is or no? Because
Oh yeah, we well,
I guess you can. Cause
yeah, I'll just say it.
Just air it after.
So this is what we're gonna do.
Oh,
He gave a cover song of a song called "No Diggity." You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guitar playing on that exceptional.
Right.
So we're gonna have to, all of us, including myself, sing No Diggity while he plays guitar.
Okay.
And
Which
then we're
is
trying
fine.
not to laugh, and we're going to be judged
Oh,
Okay.
no
We're
we're going to
laughing.
be judged by a very talented singer and kind of podcast producer who his name is Chin, and he was a guest on the show, and so we're really excited for him to be a judge
Nice.
and see who the best singer out of all three of us is.
But without laughing or anything. You
Yeah,
said
if we laugh, we get punished severely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
If there
it.
was bad singing in the room, I wouldn't be laughing. I'd be like, oh, like, yeah.
Oh,
I
love
have no
cringe.
tolerance.
I love cringe. Do you like cringe things like
I
you know
mean,
like
I don't
things
know if
that
I like it. No, I don't like it.
Okay, yeah.
It makes me laugh. Cringe for some reason. Well, I think my go-to reaction is the like
I just want to look around the room. Does anyone else think this is shit as well? Yeah, cool. Okay.
with that. The guy, I was like, you know, he's doing his best.
Right.
I think
And
he
again,
might
10
have
out
a
of 10.
tone. He might have a
15
tone.
out of 10 for that bravery.
For confidence, yeah, 15 out of 10.
Right?
But if he's like, honestly, I would say that to anybody, my
And
friend
he's
or whatever. Be like,
young.
oh, you need singing lessons. And if that's too bold for you, that's just who I am.
Also,
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran, in a recent interview, said that he played a clip of him playing at like maybe 15 and or 14. He was terrible. He said, listen to this. He goes, I was terrible and I worked at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
And listen, I know I'm not perfect at all. I know a lot of my previous episodes, there's a lot of cringe things that I've done, but I've gotten better at it. And that's why I
Yes.
want to keep them out there so that people can see the journey. I'm
Yeah.
not embarrassed about that. And you
Yeah.
shouldn't be embarrassed.
No one's perfect and no one starts out perfect. Is the other
No.
thing. Anyone who's very good at their craft.
They spent many
It's a
hours.
journey to
Yeah.
get there.
You hear that, Peyton?
You just keep trying.
Slam.
When's the last time you booked work?
Today. Today.
Now, wait a minute.
What?
We don't want to go down this road, Peyton. Do we?
No.
No, we don't.
No.
The old producer fight.
See how mean he is?
I know, it's terrible.
Wow. Oh, man.
I've changed.
Do we need
You
to call
have
it
changed.
I've changed.
HR? Do we need HR to come in here?
HR. Stable
God
made
we don't
HR.
have HR.
Is Tom HR?
I was like, who's HR?
I was like, we
The
do
most
not have
laid back
HR.
HR.
Yeah, who do we have that's HR at Idobi?
I don't know that we do. Do we need HR? I mean,
I don't
I don't
think
know
so.
if you guys need it.
I like to think it's Tom, and it's just the worst HR because he's so laid back.
What's that girl from the
No,
Hunger
the
Games?
best,
What did she
the
say?
best.
The
She said
best,
the
exactly.
wait.
I put myself
may
as
the-
tribute? No.
Oh, I volunteer.
I volunteer as tribute as HR for Idobi.
Not
I'd be
you.
so fair.
No.
Yeah, we're down.
I just spit everywhere. It's fine.
We're down for HR for everyone else except for our show because we're not sure what we're doing.
Man,
We're flying by the seat of our pants in our show.
I'm sure you. Listen, you guys are probably like really good on the HR side of things. You guys are.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's only us. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we wouldn't really need HR.
We're terrible.
Yeah.
No, we don't have employees, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
We don't, it's just us two.
It's like we would be
So we'll put each
HRing
other in check. Yeah,
That's
we'll
true.
put each other in check. We'd be
That's
like,
true.
maybe don't
That's
say
true.
that.
That's
Or I'd be
true.
like, oh, I'm
Oh,
going to cut
where-
this out.
where
That
am I?
has happened.
Oh, I'm making fun of you.
Why are you making fun of me? What
You
happened?
either slouch out a frame near the end of the episode, or you become taller. And right now, you've become so much taller, your head's poking out a
Okay.
frame.
Where do you need me?
Is that a
That's
good
beautiful.
sign or a bad sign?
He got
Um,
more.
I think it's good. He becomes comfortable.
Yeah.
It does. I think we've become friends.
Now we're
Oh.
friends. Okay, we heard it here first that we are now friends.
Awesome. What if
Love
I
that
blocked
for
you guys
us.
on Instagram after this? You guys are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we like, did
We
you
both leave. We're like, we thought that went so
Yeah.
well. And then we're like, we can't find his page anymore.
Does he have a page?
Do you think in the future, Babes Behind the Beats maybe it'll be like more than just babes?
What do you mean?
Oh, because he wants to be on our show.
Babes and guys.
Yeah.
Just Babes and
mean-
Wesam.
I feel like
Babes and Wesam Behind the Beats.
Listen.
We just changed the name. It's
Wesam
just,
Behind the Beats?
It's only like ladies on our show, but then we'll just have him on every now
Yes.
and then.
He's
so
not
it's-
involved with music in any way.
Yeah, and also in the music industry, that will be the other tricky part.
Oh, no, I
You
taught
work at
myself how to
Idobi.
play piano and guitar.
There you go.
And-
That's interesting.
I can speak.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I couldn't fake that one very well.
Now you couldn't. Let's play the next video.
That's it.
Oh, that's
that
it?
was the last
All right.
one.
That one lasted like
That was a long video.
3 minute and 50 seconds.
He did it for 3 minutes.
We got to play that before. We'll talk about that for guys' night, maybe.
okay.
Yeah, I would love to see. I would love to see Isaiah react to that.
That was
Anyway.
great. That was great.
Ladies, this was a lot of fun.
This
It was
was
a lot
very
of
fun.
fun.
I'm glad we're friends now.
Me too. Me too. This has come full circle. We've had White Claw together. We've broken alcohol. I would say broken bread, but we didn't really eat anything. Yeah. So if people want to follow you and follow your show,
Yes.
where can they do that?
So it's sorry for the tongue twister. We do regret naming our show this, but it is at Babes Behind the Beats. That's on Instagram. You could just look it up on anywhere, on Google, whatever.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok at Babes Behind the Beats, and that's us. And we're Jess, Bowen, and Bowie Jane. So again, a lot of tongue twisters there.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've got a few bows in there.
Yeah.
It's not too bad though.
It,
not
wa-
too bad.
last week we had Leanne Bowes on the show, so it was Leanne Bowes on Babes Behind the Beats with Jess Bone and Bowie Jane. It was a bit much.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that's a little bit much when that happens.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
if we
a few
had
too many
Bo and
bows.
Yang on the show, but again, until we can get Wesam, we can't have Bo and Yang. So
Yes.
We stand behind the beats. I kind of like that.
We can change it.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, we can
It
change
flows
it.
off the tongue.
Well,
really
keep
well.
me updated if that happens. I'd love to come on.
Love it.
Or we
Thanks
can
for
just do
having-
another one of these, really. It'd be the same thing.
Exactly.
This is really
Same
fun.
station.
Yeah.
We
love
can
it.
interview you on your show if you want.
Actually, we have a guest coming up who's going to be doing that.
Oh,
wow.
I would
We-
love
yeah.
to do that actually.
Interview me?
Yeah.
There'd be 2 episodes of me being interviewed by 2 different
No, but this is what we do. We love hearing about how people got to the point they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get a radio show? How did you get your first acting gig?
Yeah.
You know, we love hearing the journey
Yeah.
because everyone hustled.
I was going to make a joke, but then I was like, don't say that. We made it this far.
we made it this far. So
Let's
yeah.
end on a good note.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming again. Again, Babies Behind the Beats, Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Idobi Radio. Make sure you follow them on all their socials. Peyton, play us out. Well, another episode, 249 down. And then the next one coming up, 250. Again, we're taking next week off. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Next week is a great replay episode. Thank you to everyone who's followed us this long, who's supported us. We really appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to us if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Hit the like button. Leave a comment below. And other than that, always remember to listen, think, and then talk. Bye, guys.